Hello everyone, my name is Xuan, or you can call me Ryan. I'm a PhD student from School of Arts, University Science, Malaysia. My major is drama and theater, and glad to share my research with you in the first International Music and Performing Arts Conference. The title of my presentation is Eisenhardt Method as an Interdisciplinary Approach in the Study of Theater Film. This research was done jointly with the support of my supervisor, Dr. Andika. He is also my co-author. I will present the content of my research in 5 parts. Firstly, the introduction. My research begins with a question. Can we still enjoy theater performance when the theater is not open? In my opinion, the answer is yes. Perhaps you hold a different viewpoint, but I don't think any of this takes away from the fact that we are aware of a problem. Research methods in any discipline need to be kept up to date, and this seems particularly important in the case of the discipline of theater and performance. The development of modern technology, particularly medium and communication technology, has had a huge impact on traditional ways of performing and presenting. As Kershaw and Nicholson have noted, performance happens in more types of theaters than ever before, and in many other places than in theaters. And when mankind encountered COVID-19, the traditional theater performers almost hit the pause button. At the same time, poor external factors seem to have stimulated the subjectivity of theater and performance practitioners. In words of Crosslet, isolate has historically provided fruitful and artists are producing new work all the time. Researchers are concerned that when the age of pandemic arrived, theater participators were successful in adapting theater with the emergence of online theater and the theater film that differ from traditional forms. The slide shows the kinetic repertory theater's approach, and such initiatives are happening around the world. As these new art forms are not widely recognized, even the nation of theme is open to some questioning voices. Therefore, the researchers tried to find a research method that would facilitate the construction of theory about the new articles forms of theater adaptation. It is against this background that this paper takes a look at theater adaptation research in recent years and attempts to introduce an interdisciplinary approach to the field of theater and performance studies. It is known as the Eisenhardt method. Eisenhardt method was first coined by Lanley and Abdullah in 2011. Compared to quantitative research, qualitative research fits rules, forms, and norms that are not homogeneous and perfect in terms of implementation, writing, and publish. This research paradigm has been named after it initiated for its particular contribution to the field of research. The term is based on a series of papers on research methods published by Kathleen M. Eisenhardt since 1989, the most famous of which in the early work, entitled Building Theories from Case Study Research. At the time of writing, this article has been satisfied over 70,000 citations in Google Scholar and is still growing. When Lanley and Abdullah introduced the concept of Eisenhardt method in 2011, The article was cited over 11,000 citations, which was exciting even then. The changing times and growing numbers have kept this research method in the spotlight and in use by researchers. In short, it is a qualitative methodology on case studies. It's true that the Eisenhardt method is present in the study of management and plays a major role in this discipline. So, is the Eisenhardt method really appreciated for the field of theater and performance studies? First, before turning to the areas of application of Eisenhardt method, it is important to understand the scope of application of case study method. Draw a conclusion is an established research design that is used extensively in a wide variety of disciplines, particularly in the social science. Eisenhardt pointed out the second contribution in position theories building from case studies into the large context of social science research. Secondly, in terms of two disciplines of theater and management alone, they are not insurmountable. Let us illustrate this with two articles. The first article, entitled Toward an Integrative Approach to Discerning Service Experience, Lessons Learned from the Theater, is a qualitative study based on a case. The author of this article argues that companies can learn from theater performers in their custom experience design. Another article entitled Theatrical Improvisation, Lessons for Organization is also very interesting in terms of its title. The author began by constructing the advantages and disadvantages of using jazz and theater to understand improvisation in the field of research in organization management. The use of jazz to study improvisation across disciplines has previously emerged. Their argument is that theater has an advantage over jazz because the improvisation of theater comes from real life and does not need to be recreated in the same way as jazz. Through interdisciplinary concept translation, performance design and theater forms from the field of theater studies are introduced into the field of management. It made the researcher ponder that researchers in management have found into learning and borrowing from theater concepts. So why shouldn't we as researchers in the field of theater try to learn from the knowledge of methods of management? As it happens, the researchers have also discovered a concept that needed to be studied in depth: theater film. What is theater film? Theater film is a meeting of two arts, theater and film, which transforms the dialogue between stage and audience into a dialogue between theater and film. Research further explored the concept of theater film and analyzed it in the context of specific adaptations. In addition, he presented a study of significance of the concept of theater film in the field of adaptation theory. Although theater film is not a new concept, it is still not widely recognized and its theory needs to be developed. The Eisenhardt method is suitable for theory development. Therefore, in the section of research methodology, the researchers followed the steps of the Eisenhardt method to analyze the feasibility of this method for self-film research. These research steps were, after all, originally designed for the field of management, and the tools of some term would need to be multiply adapted if it were to be placed in a self-adaptation study. Step 1. Define the research question. The concept of self-film is not yet clearly understood, and it is a suitable starting point for study. Step 2. Case selection. Previous researchers have already given examples of studies that can be used for self-film, and new cases can be studied in relation to specific regions. Step 3. The design of research tool. A combine of data collection methods were used, such as observation and literature review. In the case of self-film, the prior adaptation self-video and the post-adaptation film was the most important data, as the case chosen were already complete adaptations. It was not appropriate for the researcher to go ahead and conduct interviews, which could be done by collecting related information from the past as data. The same applies to step 4. For self-film, entering the field is not as easy as researching a business in a real-world setting. Even if the researcher observes the process of creating the case, it does not mean that this is the field, by which I mean that only the final product is true of the field of self-film, often in the form of a film. The researcher is required to find into the world of sound and picture in self-film, and to apply theories of theater and film to the analysis of its audiovisual elements. This is actually what needs to be done in step 5, and the next steps depend on the process of previous studies. They are data analysis, compare information, literature comparison to conducting the study. Now that the discipline of management has introduced theater theory for interdisciplinary study, why not vice versa? Theater film as a product of theatrical adaptation, it needs like a corporate progress of product transformation. When the shape of this product is not yet clear, it seems worth exploring the theoretical construction of it using the Eisenhardt method. Finally, there are references. Thank you all for listening.